Hey, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today, man? We're here with some Harry Chapin. Harry Chapin. I'm like, when I said Chapin, Harry Chapin. Okay, so we're here. Cats in the Cradle, man. This is my second reaction to a Harry song. So this one is, I don't know if this one's more well-known than the other one. I assume so. I think this is maybe his most well-known song. Because like some songs I've reacted to here recently, I've definitely heard the title before. You know, Cats in the Cradle, the Silver Spoon. That's like the only part I know about this song. So I'm excited to jump into it. The meaning of it has been spoiled for me a little bit. My boss let me know that it is about a father and son, and them not like spending time together with each other. So he let me know a little bit already about what it was. Some of y'all know, my boss knows I have this channel, and he likes to talk to me about music, and I try to avoid spoilers as much as possible. But you know, I'm not gonna stop a conversation with him and be like, "Hey, psh," you know, finger to the lips, stop talking, don't tell me that. So let's go ahead and jump into this one. Harry Chapin, Cats in the Cradle. Let's see what's going on.
Child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, "I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you." And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then.
Okay, pretty holistic beginning.
My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, "Thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw?" I said, "Not today, I got a lot to do." He said, "That's okay," and he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. Said, "I'm gonna be like him, yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him."
Oh, he's looking up to his dad, but...
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, "Son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while?" He shook his head and he said with a smile, "What I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please?" And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, "I'd like to see you if you don't mind." He said, "I'd love to, Dad, if I can find the time." You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids are the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you.
Hey.
And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me.
Yeah.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. We're gonna have a good time then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this story is all too real. This story is all too real. I think there's a lot of parents that find themselves in this position where when you were a kid and when you were a parent, man. So I think it's a really relatable song for, I would almost say, most people, not even some people, probably most people. I can't really think of many times growing up that I had that kind of father son experience. Now, my parents divorced when I was like mid teens, but prior to then and after then, I didn't really have those, memories that you see on TV of the dad and son playing together and stuff, or the son learning mechanics from his dad and stuff, right? I didn't have those experiences. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cough going on. But even now, I mean, I guess I look at it now and I'm more invested here at home than spending time with my father. So, that's a little, I try not to get too personal on this channel and put out too much of my stuff. I don't want people to feel like I'm putting baggage out there. But I'm just saying it's relatable. It's relatable, and I see other situations from people who are close by where unfortunately they don't get to be around their parents as much. And sometimes it's a different circumstance, right? Some parents are 2 hours drive away or longer, and that complicates things. And I know some of those relationships, if they lived right here in the same city together, it'd be a lot easier and we would see each other a lot more. Um, but it's definitely a relatable experience, and one that I think parents fear as well, right? I have two daughters here at home, man, and it's been a joy, like us growing up together, me seeing them grow and stuff. But they're getting older, and one day they're gonna run off and probably have their own relationships to maintain, their own families to maintain, and at that point, I already know. I mean, our time together is gonna be less and less, and there's gonna you're gonna go weeks, you're gonna go months without being with your kids sometimes, and these are people who you were with every single day. Um, for me, prior to them reaching adulthood and moving out, so that's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. I'm seeing one of my brothers go through that right now with his daughter, and we talk, and my brother, I feel for his heart, man. It's rough. It's a rough transition, but I think it's even, for those parents that were there every single day, you might still experience this when your kid gets older. It's not necessarily just a product of an absent kind of parent. Sometimes it's going to be the experience for a parent that was there every single day, like my brother was, and now they're off and they're finding their own footing and spreading their wings and wanting to live their life, and you see them less and less, and that pain hurts. All right, that hurts. Parents love their children. A lot of us do, and it's going to hurt to be in that position one day. So. All right, so here we go. This song was released in 1974. All right, it's a folk rock, soft rock genre. The songwriters are Harry Chapin and Sandra Chapin. It says the song's lyrics began as a poem written by Chapin's wife Sandra Sandy Gaston. The poem itself was inspired by the awkward relationship between her first husband, James Cashmore, and his father, John, a politician who served as Brooklyn borough president. She was also inspired by a country music song she had heard on the radio. Chapin also said the song was about his own relationship with his son, Josh, admitting, frankly, this song scares me to death. There you go. That's exactly what I was saying. This song scares you to death. And let's stop that thought, because that's one that can get very sensitive and emotional. Right? Some of you guys realize I'm kind of emotional on this channel, and I don't mean to be, so I'm sorry when I am. But I'm definitely sensitive, more sensitive in my older age than I was in my younger age, and I actually appreciate being more sensitive towards things, because I didn't like trying to pretend I didn't have emotions when I was younger and trying to have that rough exterior and push everything aside. I actually like being able to feel things now, okay, and being more sensitive towards these kind of topics and anything that is relatable. I think it's good to feel. So that's my way of thinking, I guess. So cats in the cradle, there it is. That is a fear for sure, and it's one that it might be a harsh reality that we have to face one day, but I guess we'll see when we get there, right? We'll see when we get there. So we don't know how it's going to turn out. Well, I don't know how it's going to turn out for me, so I'll see when I get there. All right, thank you guys for being a part of this today. Thank you so much for tuning in here on my channel. Really appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoyed my reaction to Cats in the Cradle. Now, there are some things I didn't quite understand, like Cats in the Cradle. I don't know that phrase. Silver spoon, I assume that's like riches, right? Little, what do you say? Yeah, Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. So I didn't quite understand those sections of the song. So maybe somebody's got some light they can shed on that. That's and the Cat's in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. So I could come to my own conclusions, but I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about those lyrics there. So once again, thank you for being a part of this today. Really appreciate that. If you enjoyed the reaction, please don't forget like, subscribe, check out the description down below for other ways to get help the channel. Consider becoming a channel member here on my YouTube or my Patreon. That would be pretty dope. And with that being said, I'm gone. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.